Today, we're going to be diving deep into the MOZA TSW truck wheel and multi-function stalks, the ultimate combo for any serious truck sim enthusiast. So whether you're hauling cargo across Europe in Euro Truck Simulator 2 or navigating them tricky terrains in American Truck Simulator, these peripherals promise to elevate your setup to a whole new level. But do they really deliver on that promise? Stick around as we break down everything you need to know, from build quality, features, performance, and overall value. So let's start off with the unboxing experience. MOZA has clearly put effort into presentation here. Right out of the box, the first thing you notice is the sheer size of this TSW truck wheel. A massive 400mm diameter, and it's also got that classic 4-spoke design that mirrors the real deal, complete with a hand-stitched microfiber leather wrap that just feels premium in your hands. And it's not just about looks either. The internal frame is built from a 4mm thick aerospace grade aluminium alloy, so you know this thing is made to last. Now, the multi-function sticks are equally as impressive. Right away, you can tell that these stalks are built to withstand some serious use. They have a nice tactile feel with auto-cancelling turn signals giving off that satisfying click. You also get a total of 28 programmable switches, including buttons for wipers, headlights, and cruise control, making your sim setup feel almost like a real truck cabin. And the installation of the wheel and stalks is pretty straightforward, especially if you're already rocking a MOZA ecosystem. Both components are compatible with all MOZA bases and even some third-party bases, which is actually a huge plus for versatility. The wheel mounts solidly onto your base without any wiggle or flex, giving you that sturdy real truck feel. The stalks connect seamlessly to that wheel, and everything pairs up without the need of any complicated wiring or software headaches. But there is one small tip here: make sure that everything is updated on your MOZA Pithouse software before installation to ensure everything runs smoothly on the latest firmware. This just helps avoid any potential bugs or compatibility issues. But with all that said, let's talk design, because this wheel is not just built tough, it's built smart. The diameter is perfect for that authentic truck feel, and the weight distribution is spot on, giving you that precise feedback without feeling cumbersome. The microfiber leather is both grippy and comfortable, even during long haul simulation sessions. And the RGB backlight buttons are a great touch. They're fully customizable, so you can set them to your favorite colors or even match the in-game dash lights for that extra level of immersion. Plus, the LED light strip on the top syncs with your engine RPM, making it feel like you've just got the real deal. Now, about those stalks, they are car grade components, meaning that they're designed to last just like the wheel. Now, the feel of the buttons in the stalks is very tactile. It's sort of almost like they've been pulled straight out from a real truck cabin. And the turn signals are super satisfying with that auto cancel feature. It's only a small detail, but it's one that makes a big difference when you're simulating long hauls. So what is the performance and driving experience like? Well, this is where the MOZA TSW really shines. The force feedback is absolutely on point. It's strong, precise, and incredibly detailed. Whether you're feeling a rumble on the gravel road or tension on a tight turn, the feedback never feels artificial or exaggerated. And that's what really sets this wheel apart from all the others, is that level of detail in the feedback, that you can feel subtle shifts in traction or the weight of your rig as you accelerate, brake, and maneuver through challenging terrains. But it's just got that right amount of resistance, which means you're not fighting in the wheel but still getting that immersive realism. Now, the multifunction stalks really come into their own here too, and I believe that you'll love how seamlessly they integrate with the wheel. Flicking your turn signal, adjusting your wipers, or just activating the headlights feels natural and intuitive, and you'll never have to take your hands off the wheel or even fumble around for that keyboard shortcut. Now, as we mentioned with the customizable RGB, the MOZA Pithouse software lets you customize every aspect of your setup, from button mapping or force feedback profiles. You can actually create multiple profiles for different games and switch between them easily. Adjusting that force feedback strength or tweaking the button layouts to your preference is straightforward. One thing is to note that the software has been getting regular updates, so MOZA is clearly committed to refining the user experience. So as we mentioned before, be sure to check for updates regularly to keep your gear running smoothly. Now, when it comes to real world testing, I put the MOZA TSW and stalks to the test in Euro Truck Sim 2, and right off the bat, the immersion level was insane. The way that the wheel responds to heavy loads or road conditions is unparalleled. You genuinely feel like you're piloting a massive rig. And already having a profile set on the MOZA Pithouse software, I didn't have to consistently remap buttons or tweak settings, which is a huge time saver. And the stalks really shine during the long haul trips, where managing your lights, indicators, and even cruise control becomes a second nature. So what really are the pros and the cons of these items? Well, let's break down the good and the not so good. The pros: authentic truck drive and feel with the realistic diameter and weight. the exceptional build quality, the aerospace grade aluminium, and the premium leather. Fully customizable RGB buttons and LED indicators, the multifunction stalks enhancing immersion and convenience, straightforward installation and wide compatibility, reliable and precise force feedback. So what can be cons? Well, the only things I can think of is the price point may be a barrier for some, the fact that it sometimes may require adjustments in different games, whether that's force feedback or just button mapping, and then the occasional software updates may be necessary to maintain compatibility. But really, when it comes down to it, the MOZA TSW truck wheel and multifunction stalks aren't just peripherals. They're an experience. Their combination of rugged build quality, realistic force feedback, customizable features make this setup one of the most immersive options available for any truck simulation enthusiast. Sure, the price tag is on the higher end, but if you're looking for the most authentic trucking experience possible, the setup is worth every penny. Whether you're a casual sim driver or a hardcore enthusiast, the MOZA TSW and Stalks bring an unparalleled level of immersion and realism to your rig. So I want to know your thoughts. Is this something that you would have in your rig if you wanted to get into truck simulation, or do you have something else on your mind? Let me know in the comments below. If this has helped you in any single way, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And as always, capture, create, captivate, and I'll see you all in the next video.